Well, I mean, we told our kids, probably, I don't know when it was during the year, but, pressure comes from expectation. So that's good. That when expectations are high, yeah, there's a sense of pressure. And that's life in general. When you win, you want to win more. And it still comes down to preparation, it comes down to execution, it comes down to, again, getting your mindset. I don't care if you lost your last four, win your last four. You have Monday and Tuesday really get your mindset ready to play Saturday, because you got to put all that other stuff behind you and get ready to play another tough Missouri Valley Football Conference game on the road.
You talked before that it was just as difficult to bring guys down from a win as it was to bring them up from a loss
Mm-hmm.
on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Does it get more difficult when it's 2, 3, 4 wins in a row?
Yeah, I don't know about more, but there's so much you can learn. Whether you win or lose, we didn't play perfect on Saturday. There were struggles. We do talk about resilience, that, struggle is impermanent, meaning it's not permanent, and really you got to work through those struggles so that it doesn't stop you from achieving your success. So, our guys got to know, and that's in life, not just on the football field, that it's not permanent, that there's going to be struggle daily. There's going to be struggle on a Tuesday morning practice. There's going to be struggle on the road at Illinois State, that there's going to be circumstances that you don't plan for. Do you plan for a wind that's in your face 40 to 50 miles per hour? But you deal with those struggles, and you hope that those struggles don't derail you from the success you want to see. And that takes a lot of resilience. And, I've seen our kids be resilient, whether it was last year, whether it's this year, whether it was in success or failure. We got a very resilient crew, and, we got to go, again, prepare this week to go back on the road and deal with whatever they throw at us, because they're a very good football team. Our kids have a lot of respect. They know the names. They've played against these guys the last 2 years and know the athletes. They put a best quarterback in the league. They got great wide receivers. They got a big tailback. Up front they're huge, and defensively they got enough weapons on defense to cause you some havoc.
Doug, has this team learned to win the way the last 2 road games have kind of played out in the last second?
Yeah, you want to be able to always feel like you have a chance, and that's the one thing. We were sitting there at the game, and the one thing in the fourth quarter I saw from our young men, it's a one-possession game, and we have enough players on our sideline that somebody's going to make a play, and it only takes one play to get back in the game. And, you need a little help too. And we talk about the injury at Western Illinois. Well, a penalty there on second down, we don't get the ball back. So things got to happen right. Something happened right. They had a holding penalty, didn't have to use a timeout on second down, and they could have ran the clock out. And you know what? Things change. And then all of a sudden you go in, and Mitch Davidson throws a beautiful pass, and Max Tomczak makes the catch, and all of a sudden you're at the 50-yard line with plenty of time. Our kids didn't, plenty of time to go down and score a touchdown. We even snuck a run in there. And, at that point when, the hold, just like the injury at Western Illinois, and then the catch, felt pretty good that if we can get this ball inside the 20-yard line, we got a chance, because I feel we have good receivers that can go up and make the play in the end zone.
How would you describe, your last 2 wins on the road in the finals?
It's emotional, when you're sitting there, draining. It's emotionally draining. But again, to see that resilience and to see that your kids don't quit or give up, even though we struggled. We struggled at, moving the football at times in that game. But, I was proud of our defense, and defense bend but don't break, and not allowing them to get points there in the second half. And, we were able to hang our hat on our defense for a while until we figured it out offensively. But those wins, again, in the Missouri Valley, and that's what we talk about. Those wins could easily be losses. Those, in this league, you better be ready to play on Saturday. And you better be ready to play 60 minutes, because all the games come down to that. And it comes down to, at the end, who makes the plays at the end. And fortunately for us, in our last 2 road games, our kids were able to make the plays at the end. And I look at 2 common things that happen, in both those games. We scored right before half in both those games, whether it was 7 points at Western or it was 3 points, at Illinois State, and we scored at the end. So those 2-minute situations, and when we talk about practice, execution becomes game reality. And trust me, we ran 2-minute up there today, and it wasn't successful. But to see them perform that and be able to execute at the end of half and end of the game, those 4 drives in away games where you can execute like that at the end of half and end of the game, it gives you a chance.
Keys to containing Jason Shelley.
Containing him, you hope he's a little off, but just a great player. I mean, you go watch the Arkansas game where they're up 17-0, and he's throwing dimes. He's running the football for a score. Just an athlete, can make all the plays, can make all the throws, then to watch the South Dakota State game, and see what he does in that game. And then they add a big tailback, that I really like how he runs downhill and runs off tackle power. And, so, it's going to be a huge challenge for our defense. And, and that's where we try to get the mindset ready that, we got to be, you have to be playing your best football in November. We're winning. I don't know if we're playing the best football, and that's the challenge that you go into practice with, is still seeing complimentary football like we did in the second quarter of the South Dakota game. So, we got to still figure out how we want to be playing our best football in November, and we have an opportunity this Saturday to be better than we were this past Saturday.
Players, they see the polls, you see the polls, and I know they're just polls, but not be in after winning 4 straight. I mean, I know it's not out of your control, probably something you don't worry about. But.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about focus on things we can control, and that's one thing we have no control over. So to put a lot of energy into that, to me, isn't, there's a reason I wear this sweatshirt, Youngstown versus everyone, every day of the year at practice. And our kids know it's on us. And if you want something, you got to go take it. Nobody's going to hand you anything. And so I certainly don't look at those or put a lot of of my time or energy into those polls. I'm more focused on our team and making sure our team's mindset's ready for this coming week, and that our kids are prepared to execute on Saturday.
The big semi-spark out there, that equipment truck, just to have that travel all across the country is pretty special.
It is. It's great to see. There's a lot of tradition on that truck, and the see that, and the people. Youngstown's such a great community, and to see people, you see the list of names of all the contributors, to that, and PI and I, and they're all those guys that on the back of the trailer. But to see it parked here all week tells you it's we're 2 weeks on the road. And we're going to load that thing back up on Thursday. And that's a great challenge. And, to be able to travel, get on a plane again, go to a foreign place where they put the ball down and you got to get ready to play football. And so that'll be our kids' greatest challenge this week. And it's something that we talk about, something that you prepare for. And, but to see that sitting here all week, it's a great reminder of our past and the tradition. And I always want our kids to remember who we are and where we came from.